Well, hello, a glorious and happy Friday to everyone out there. My name is Dennis, and if you've been keeping up with this, yeah, and you're still curious as to what happened, well, perhaps you should watch earlier videos. Yes, so here I am. Today is Friday, October 20th, and we've just had the meeting of the minds this morning with the therapists, the doctors, and the nursing staff, trying to determine ultimately once and for all how long are they planning on keeping me. And drum roll, uh, looks like my release date is going to be November 1st. Yes, so I'm going to be here for at least another couple of weeks. Definitely a little bit longer than I expected to be here, but hey, they keep monitoring me and looking at my progress. And while I'm sure a few of them would say, yeah, go ahead, kick the guy out, let him fend for himself, uh, it's not the it's not something that everyone wants to do. They want to hold on to me, trying to figure out, see if I can get myself closer to a full recovery before they let me out in the wild. That is, so that seems to be the plan. And then after that, they're not confident about releasing me to my own apartment just yet. They're looking to release me somewhere closer for at least, I don't know, a few weeks. I'm guessing right now. That seems to be the plan. So somewhere close where I can come back here and keep doing outpatient therapy. Um, so that's the plan. And my left hand is still, it's really weak. It's not just all the time, it's just that today was a long day of physical therapy. And I'll have another bout of physical therapy here in about, let's see what time is it? Here in about 45 minutes, I'll have another bout of physical therapy. And that'll end up at, should end, that'll start at 3 and end up at 3:30. But I don't know. I'm not real happy about hanging out here for another couple of weeks. But hey, if that's what I got to do, it's what I got to do, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather make a. I'd rather my chances get better at a full recovery being here rather than out on my own. Um, we've been therapy still keeps continuing, going on fast and furious. I have here my newest walking tool. In fact, I'm not using this wheelchair much, at least as far as getting around is concerned. They've hooked me up with this nice aluminum cane. It's just a regular cane, single axis, not a quad. Um, so I've been using this quite a bit, along with strengthening my left foot. It's a little on the awkward side still. Still takes a lot of effort to get it up. That's what she said. It takes a lot of effort to pick my left foot off the ground. It takes a lot of effort, and I've lost some of the strength, or at least some of the muscle memory that holds my foot straight when I pick it up and I try to plant it. It likes to wobble back and forth, so it's not always steady or straight when it's landing on the ground. So we're working on that part, building up muscles that surround my knee, building up some of the muscles that surround my ankle, so that I can plant the foot square, not wobbling. Um, I don't seem to be having an issue with rolling the foot. I used to have a small cast, a foam cast that wrapped around my ankle to try to prevent the ankle from rolling. But the physical therapists have come to the conclusion that I'm not really at much of a risk for that. There's enough strength on the on the ankle, at least laterally, that I can hold it well enough that the ankle isn't going to collapse, and I'm going to roll it, and, wrench the ankle. What else? What else is new? Still can't play the piano. Of course, I haven't practiced yet either, so I don't know if that's a muscle memory. I never had it. I never could play the piano in the first place, but I don't know if I can play it now. What else? Let's see here. I'm in the need of a pair of fingernail clippers. This is the silliest thing ever. Yeah, my fingernails are just growing long. I don't have fingernail. I didn't think to pack fingernail clippers, and I've got several pair at home at my apartment. I've got several pair. I just never thought to bring them with me. It just wasn't something that was on the back of my mind, and I can't get them here. No one here at St. Luke's Hospital, at least here on the 6th floor, has a pair of fingernail clippers that I can borrow so I can trim my nails. They are getting god awful long. This is terrible. This is terrible. It doesn't feel right. So if anyone's got a pair of fingernail clippers, if they don't mind dropping them off here at the 6th floor here at St. Luke's, here in Cedar Rapids, it'd be greatly appreciated. I would love you. I'd give you a hug and a kiss. I definitely would. Outside of that, we're doing okay. Yeah, it's boring. Weekends are so boring here. I get a little bit of physical therapy on Saturdays, not a lot. Maybe a session or two of physical therapy on Sundays, but Sundays are very, very boring. So if anyone is totally bored and wants to chat face to face instead of watching these silly videos up on Facebook, by all means, come on up. 6th floor, St. Luke's Hospital, Cedar Rapids. I'd greatly appreciate it. I need something to do. All right. Anyway, and actually, if you want to come visit, anytime really is good. The best times are going to be in the later afternoons, evenings, from like say 3:30 p.m., 4 o'clock on out. My physical therapy typically ends at 3:30. And everything, all of my physical therapy in the mornings and afternoons, it's all done by 3:30 in the afternoon. So if you want to stop by sometime in the evenings, during the week, sure, appreciate it. Come on by. I need some entertainment. What else? We had not really had an evaluation just to find how well my brain was working outside of just the physical therapy. Finally, it was one of those deep memory association problem solving kind of tests. It was kind of lengthy. It was actually kind of cool. It took them some time to compile all of the results, which resulted in one interesting fact, and that is, number one, I am right now currently easily distracted. Number two, I have an issue with verbal deep memory, not visual. That seems to be okay. It's the verbal deep memory, and that's recalling just a series of tests, or recalling a phrase or a series of words, and then doing some other tasks, and then coming back and trying to remember those phrases. That right there seems to be a bit of a deficit for me right now at this point in time. easily correct it by making sure that I write things down and that I'm taking notes and things of that nature. But it was interesting that that was a specific issue that we kind of located or determined following that whole series of tests. So one more thing I got to look at and I got to keep track of. Outside of the fact that I have to keep track of my left hand because it drifts away from me, not physically, but I lose track of it, of where it's of where the location of where it's at. Um, there it is. It's right there. But I always have to pay attention to where it's at, because especially if when I'm in my wheelchair and we're moving it around, I have to make sure where it's at. So I do not get it locked up in the wheels of this wheelchair. Anything else in particular? It's nice outside.
Hey, can I grab your vitals?
Grab my vitals.
Grab your vitals.
You can grab my apologies. That was Michaela. She's one of the nurses that keeps coming around on a periodic basis, especially today, actually the last few days, basically tracking my vitals, my blood pressure, and my heart rate. They're swapping my medication around just a little bit. So I'm taking, good grief. They're cutting back on the metoprolol. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, or the best way to do so. They're cutting back on the metoprolol, the extended release, and they're going to a different one, like hydroxyhydrolazine. I don't know. Something like that. It was relatively short, a relatively short name, to something like, and it was going to be like 3 times a day. They're checking my blood pressure all the way through. I guess the issue seemed to be the last few days is that my heart rate was a little too slow for the doctors. So they're cutting back on metoprolol. They're cutting back on that, and they're adding something else that'll be taking 3 times a day. So Michaela was here to give me my mid-afternoon dose, and to take my vitals, which are, I don't know, running around 130 over 90 or 89 or something like that, which actually for me is actually pretty good. I have a tendency to have very, very high blood pressure. Anyway, that is it for today. That's what I know so far. And yeah, so I'll be here for a little bit longer. In the meantime, all of you out there, take care of yourselves, okay? Don't do what I did. Please. Devastating. Anyway, in the meantime, you all take care of yourselves. You'll have a nice Friday afternoon. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye.